wanted to talk to you about something that after, smoke cleared, I can see how the industry and the experience that you had in it was really conflicted. How did you get to the point where you said, I'm going to join the Army?
2001. The towers happened. Changed New York forever.
Yeah.
Even though everybody that listened to rap music was able to escape the reality of what happened in New York and how it was going to change both the USA and the world,
right,
was able to escape through rap. Some people probably don't even remember, the towers and how that changed America and the rest of the world forever,
right,
because they were busy doing something else. Right. Rap music was one of those, distractions.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a situation where, I took it kind of serious because I used to live right over there across the water, Jersey City, the place called Avalon Cove. 6555 Avalon Cove, not too far from Newport Mall. In the gym over there in the treadmill, not like I needed the cardio, but I go in there because I was paying like $3,400 a month. Penthouse, I figured why not? Let me go in the gym, stink up the equipment for a little while.
Right.
When I used to jog, I was looking at Windows of the World, the towers. You know what I mean? So, and I did, for the Spin magazine, I took a shot where I flew around. They took the door off West Side Highway, that little helicopter joint, and I had them take the door off, but they took the door off, and I was hanging out the motherfucking chopper in front of the towers. So I took all that serious. And in my mind, I was thinking to myself, you know what? I need to do something else before I get too old. At that time, I thought that this rap thing, the issues with the institutions was never gonna go away. It was so heavy. I was like, you know what? I'm still young enough. I can still sprint. I can still, I can still get busy a little bit, like physically and what have you. So I said, man, I'm gonna go ahead and take this little ASVAB test, and I want to fly jets. I was so serious about it. I went to Westchester, New York, Westchester, Yonkers, man, to go get laser surgery for 6 bands. You know what I mean? 3 bands of eye. I was so serious, right?
Mm-hmm.
By the second best doctor in the world. He had the steadiest hands in the world, eye doctor. Cut the corneal flap over, peel it back. They take a little eyeball, pretty ass nurses rubbing this nicotine or something on your eye, Novocaine, numb it.
Right.
And then they take the clip and they pull the eyeball out. And then they take the laser thing, and you can smell the flesh of your eyeball burning. And so burnt the cones and I could see. I could jet ski without glasses, do whatever, salt water, jet skiing in Miami. I could do all the contacts. I could do all that.
Right. Because those are clear frames.
Yeah, right. Did that to go to the service. Come to find out, 27, 28 is the cutoff date for, any type of jet, flying any jet, flight school, all that, right? So then I was stuck with, at that point, I had done all that work and shit. I'm like, well, I'm going somewhere anyway, right? Mm-hmm. I would have went to Ukraine back then.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to get away and go do something else to define myself, to myself, right? And so I followed all the way through with it. I was a striker driver, you know what I mean? Troop transport, we used to carry Marines. We used to, a big Ram drop. Striker is a 8-wheel vehicle, 40 tons. It's got 8 wheels, 4 on either side, rabbit mode, turtle mode, you know what I mean? Troop transport, it's a Lab 25. Like, it's a serious piece of equipment.
Right.
I'm probably the only one in the room that can drive it, yeah? Except for my man over here. Master Disa, and then Cali Rex, like he drive M1 Abrams.
Right.
So this is something that like we can do. If something happened right now, it's enough people in here to fit in the striker. I know how to get in there, drop the ramp. You know what I'm saying? And y'all jump in there, right? You understand? Rap to me was something that I knew that if I didn't get away from it and do something else, I'd have been stuck with that forever. So I tried to do something else, and I did.
And you did.
Right.
Were there any experiences over there that you remember that made you feel like this this is why this was worth it.
Now, over there, meaning over in Afghanistan or Iraq, I didn't go. I had trained with my troop. Patrick Tillman, I don't know if anybody remembers him. You know, he was a Ranger. We used to PT on the same field in Tacoma, Washington. And Pat Tillman, like, you know, died, you know, by fratricide. I mean, it was a big thing for us there I know that everybody in this room couldn't maybe wrap their mind around how serious that was, but if you look it up on the internet, you'll still see, you know, crumbs and threads about it. And it was so, Pat Tillman played for the Patriots. He gave all that up. Basically, he did what I did.
Yeah.
Like exponential though. It was exponential. He was a millionaire. He had the H2 Hummer. You know what I mean? It was crazy what he
went
did.
into the Marines.
No, he went into the Rangers.
The Rangers.
Yeah. On the first, you know what I mean? And he was there, like, we used to PT on the same field. I see him coming in and out of Madigan Gate at you know, Fort Lewis. He had an H2, and for some reason, I had a 67, 68 Camaro. It was yellow with black racing stripes. It was like Bumblebee, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I got that. I got that because, you know, when you're speeding and you're in a foreign, you know, these Ivory boys not letting you go.
Yeah.
When you got an American muscle say, hey, son, you know how fast you was going, son? Officer, I apologize. I just got it out the shop. What you got under the hood? You know what I mean? Because it's American.
Right.
I'm giving that away, you know, because it's true.
Yeah.
You know, you slow down there, son, all right? Yes, sir, officer. You know what I mean?
Right.
Get my ID and stuff. So every single time going in and out of Madigan Gate, Tillman would see me and wave at me because everybody wanted to know what was under the hood. It was a LT-198 vet engine in a 67, 68 Camaro. I used to spank the Subarus, all that. It was a 7-speed Richmond transmission, 5-point roll cage, 5-point seatbelt harness, stainless steel fuel cell, no AC, just heat. You know what I mean? The car was retarded, man. Shout out to David Curtis for that. You know what I mean? Shout out to Bumblebee.
Yeah, Bumblebee.
So, I was a good soldier, man. I was the nastiest striker driver, like out. Sergeant Major always wanted to ride with me. We called Sergeant Major when I got to the troop and I seen his picture on the wall, because when you get to your barracks, got the president's picture, vice president, you know what I'm saying, Secretary of Defense. You know, you have all, right?
Yeah.
And Sergeant Major's picture was up there. And, he looked like 50, man. He looked like 50 Cent. He looked like 50.
Right.
He looked like Curtis Gatson. And I remember saying, he looked like 50. And from that, all the brothers would be like, yo, 50 coming? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like the army is a complicated thing to different generations. The armed services is complicated for different generations. But my time in the army, in spite of the fallen and what happened to America and the world, like how things turned out, in spite of that, I had a good time. There was a lot of great relationships. Shout out to DJ Porter Rock, you know what I'm saying, Pablo Cruz. When I showed up to my barracks, he was playing Wu-Tang, man. I was kind of nervous even showing up there. And when I heard, hey, you don't want cloud, you don't know me. And then I heard the rest of, you know what I'm saying, yo, I'm on atomically, Sergeant Chief of Loves and Bees, yo, you know what I mean? Protect your neck. I heard that coming out the barracks window. It totally broke that. It's like what you said,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But the Tillman thing, I ain't gonna front, man, no chasing, man. When that happened to Tillman,
What exactly happened?
he was KIA or fratricide, you know what I mean? Like he was killed.
Fratricide means killed by somebody when you're on team.
Friendly fire.
Friendly
Fire.
Yeah. And you know, I remember one time when we were coming back from a jog, you know, 1K jog, we coming back, and there was a gate out the barracks where they used to PT in the pool. And he was going down, they were all going down, but it was Tillman's turn, and he went down into the pool. And there were scubas in the pool, maybe about 3 scubas already in the pool. And so, you know, he went down there, he was down there about a minute and a half, right? Maybe 2 minutes, then he started coming up, because this is their drill. So we stand by the gate looking. So then he's coming up. When he comes up, or trying to come up, they grab him and he can't come up. And so he thinks they're playing and stuff, you know, it feels like somebody playing, you know, so he like stop playing, a little bit of wiggling. You see it get more intense, he's running out of air. Then you just see him start throwing scubas out the pool. This is from underwater, you know what I mean? Scuba divers get thrown out of the pool. So then 2 more scubas jump in, and then they trying to hold, and another 2 scubas jump in. It took about 6 scubas to hold him down and take him to the bottom. It took him to the bottom, all bubbles. Then they pulled him right back up and then brought him back, right? When he got up, he started body slamming him, right? Spit out the water, he got up, he started body slamming stuff, and then Colonel walks over and like, you know, bam, right to the chest. You a fucking ranger or what, Tillman? I said, yes, sir. He said, then act like one, right? And when he moved his hand, he had his ranger tabs. So, you know, I saw that on my own too. He said, now you know what it feels like to drown. Brothers will bring you back if they can. That kind of movie shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just looked at that and I'm saying, that's at that moment I was saying, I was like, what the fuck am I doing here, really, though?
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars, I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.